Hi, everyone.
Hi there,
It's Alicia Davis
and Stacy Watson.
from Transformative Leadership Strategies, where we do all things
Coaching, training, and team building.
right. And we've been doing lots of virtual webinars and support groups lately because we're all living virtually, right, Stace?
That's right. And, in many of these sessions, we've been talking about themes that we're hearing, and we've
Yes,
certainly been hearing a recurring theme of late. And we thought we'll just stay with that trend, right? And keep bringing these themes back because our thought is people in our community are probably experiencing the same things we're hearing in our conversations.
that's right. So bringing the theme and hopefully a practice or a solution or a support, right? So what
Yes,
we've been
absolutely.
hearing, and whether it's people that are at home, working at home, or even if it's people that are still going into the office or are on the front lines, it doesn't really matter who it is. But this whole idea of routine and structure and how that really has been very upended for so many people and
Yes.
how disruptive that has been for people's feeling of productivity or even self-care, right?
Normalcy, yes. I mean, I think what we're hearing is this awareness that we weren't even that aware of how much we depend on these routines or these kind of patterns of the day or patterns of behavior during the day to sort of keep us grounded and to help us feel like things maybe are a little bit more predictable. And of
Right,
course, nothing feels predictable right now. We don't
right,
know really anything about what is going to come. And the fact that the things that we used to sort of rely on, whether we realized it or not, just for a little bit of security and stability, feels like those things are no longer there to offer that.
right. And so it's really just paying attention in mindful ways, being aware in the moment of what are some ways that even little things that you can do to have structure, right? So,
Yes.
one of our CEO talks about she's kept the same time of her day, right? If she starts at 8 and she ends at 5, that's what she's been doing at home. And when she gets up, she takes her shower, she does her morning routine, she reads something inspirational, she writes some gratitude, she gets organized, she goes to a room that's her office, and then at the end of the day, she literally finishes her day and then goes out of that room, right? Like it, so in her mind, like she's doing things and there's some structure in her mind around it.
Yes, I think that's super helpful. I think another thing that people are beginning to realize is I think at the beginning, we all thought if we just give this a week or a month or whatever, we'll go back, right? We'll go back to the way
Right,
it was. So I'll just sit
right,
here kind of in never land while I wait for that. And so the longer this experience goes on and the less clear it is as to what we're going
mm-hmm,
back to or when we're
mm-hmm.
going to go back to it, I think people are starting to recognize I need some new routines now, even in this, whatever this in between time is. So perhaps it's just saying for now, I'm going to get up at a certain time or incorporate this kind of exercise or take a walk or whatever it is. And it doesn't have to be the forever decision, but at least for now, because our bodies and our sort of the anxiety that we feel, I think can really be lessened if we can rely on some moments that feel like we're doing things intentionally.
That's right. Absolutely. And we were even on one of our CEO calls the other day. And, even from a leadership planning perspective, right? The thing
Yes,
is, we can only go forward. There is
that's
no
right.
going back, right? So
That's
whatever
right.
we thought, whatever the structure was then, it's evolving and it's going to be a new structure. And that's really challenging to plan for with
Hmm.
so many variables, right? So one of our CEOs was talking about how she's looking at it in 30-day segments, right? Like and even less than that, what am I doing this week? What am I
Hmm.
doing over the next 30 days? What am I doing over the next 60 days? And what am I doing over the next 90 days? And and that's about as far out as she's really trying to proactively plan for because everything, funding, programs, the impact of COVID-19, everything is just so variable that, those of us who really like to plan, it ain't happening.
No, it's not. And I think the other theme that came from that conversation in particular was the fact that if we are making the best decisions we can with the information that we have, whatever comes after that just comes. And then we just go with the next right decision.
That's
And
right.
extending ourselves and each other just a little bit of grace and a little bit of um, just space, even to just not know and to feel uncomfortable and potentially awkward, and the frustration that can come with that. We're all experiencing it. So I think for our message this week, we're just encouraging everyone in our community, just think of ways that you can put even a little bit of routine back in your day, if that might be helpful.
That's right. And to really be compassionate to yourself
Yes,
as you are adjusting maybe moment to moment or day to day to whatever the rhythm of that day is,
that's
and
right.
perhaps not compare it, but just
Yes,
be in that moment, be in that day, and be looking forward just enough and not too far.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So thank you,
Okay.
everyone, and
Thank you so much.
talk to you next week.
We'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.